Welcome to the support videos for Workload Automation video series. This video will demonstrate how to install control modules for ControlM. Control modules are installed in three places: the ControlM agent, the ControlM Enterprise Manager server, and ControlM Enterprise Manager Client. Please note this is just an example. For specific instructions, please refer to the release notes for your product. For this demonstration, we will be installing ControlM for databases version 9 onto a ControlM agent 9. First thing we're going to do is we're going to log into our ControlM agent version 9, and then we're going to navigate to the place where we've unpacked our ControlM for databases 9 files. And for me, this is CM files directory that I've created, and then I've unpacked those files from the tar into this directory. Please note that these files were unpacked with the ControlM agent user, who is now the owner of these files. Also, if you have to execute files from the temp directory, be sure that your user has permission to do so. You may have to involve a system administrator. As you can see here, we have a setup.sh file. We also have an EM folder. The EM folder is what we'll use to install the forms onto the Enterprise Manager server and the Enterprise Manager client. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shut down the agent using shut AG. Once the processes have stopped, we'll run the setup. This is going to take us a few moments to get through the setup, and we will just hit enter here and it will install the files. Once the files have been installed, we're going to exit from the user. Then we'll log back in to the agent user. And then we'll start the agent back up. As you can see, it started our agent processes. Next thing we'll do is we will actually look at the installed versions file to verify. And as you can see here, we have our ControlM for databases version 9 now applied to the ControlM 9 agent. After installing the ControlM for databases control module onto our agent, we will now switch over to the Enterprise Manager. We're going to log in to the Enterprise Manager server as the Enterprise Manager user, and we will then navigate to our directory where we've stored our control module files. For me, it's EMCM and then databases. So let's look at the files here. You can see there is an same files that we unpacked on the agent are now present on the EM, where we unpacked the same tar file. And you can notice there is an EM folder, so that's where we're going. As you can see, there's a setup.sh. There's also a setup.exe file. This setup.exe file is the one that we will use on our Windows machine, our Windows client for the Enterprise Manager. But since we're on the server, let's execute the setup.sh file. This is going to take us a moment to actually install, so let's proceed with that. You hit enter a couple times at the end, it installs it. The next thing we need to do is we need to recycle some components from the CCM. These components will be the CMS and the GUI server. We just installed ControlM for Databases 9 onto our Enterprise Manager server. And now we're at the CCM, and we're going to recycle the components required to finish the installation for the server. So let's do a recycle on the GUI server and also a recycle on the CMS. We'll wait for these components to come back up, and once they've come back up, we will proceed with the installation of the client on the Enterprise Manager. Now the CMS and the GUI server have come back up from the recycle. Next step here is to close the CCM as it's part of the EM client. So let's close this. We copied the EM folder from the extracted files from that ControlM for databases tar file. As you can see here, we've got our setup.sh and our setup.exe. We're on Windows, so we're going to obviously use the setup.exe. Let's let this installer begin. And we're going to accept the terms, hit next, make sure we've chosen the right version, which is version 9. If we have multiple instances of the client installed, we need to make sure we choose the right one. I only have one, it's default. Let's click next. Now we're ready to install, so we'll click install. This install is fairly quick. And once this install has completed, we can now use the ControlM for databases control module in our Enterprise Manager GUI and also in the CCM. That concludes this ControlM Solutions video. Please see our knowledge base and YouTube channel for more videos like this.